So we're going to talk about how to do the measurements that we would like for you to take for Del Arbour. You're always going to do the measurements right onto the body. You're always going to make sure that the tape measure stays on the body at all times. You're not going to measure, clothing. You want to make sure you don't have a belt on or anything like that. We want the tape measure to stay on the body at all times. So the first measurement is neck, the base of the neck, around, bust. You're going to measure at the widest point of the bust. So go right over the nipple, around, waist, around the natural waist, around, hip. You're going to measure from the widest point of the hip. So make sure you get the widest point, around, nape. You're going to measure the nape from the back of the neck down to the waist, like so. Full girth. It's a little bit tricky, but it's a very important measurement. You're going to measure from the midpoint of the shoulder where a shirt seam would be. You're going to go to the belly button. Make sure this tape measure stays on the body. You're going to go through the crotch, around the back, making sure that that tape measure goes into the small of the back, stays on the body at all times. And then you're going to go up to that opposite shoulder, that same midpoint where a shirt seam would be. Short girth, you're going to measure from the belly button, sort of where the natural waist is, through the crotch, up the back, to that point where the waist is. Neck to shoulder, you're going to measure from the center base of the neck to the center shoulder where a shirt seam would be. And then sleeve upper, you're going to measure from the same point to the elbow. And then from the elbow, sleeve lower from the elbow to the wrist. Bicep, you're going to measure with the relaxed arm, the largest point of the bicep, just around. Same thing with the wrist, just around. Inseam, outseam, you're going to do outseam from the waist all the way down to approximately about ½ inch above where the shoe hits the floor. Inseam, same idea, make sure you get the tape measure right up into the crotch. And then you're going to measure, again, from about ½ inch above where the shoe hits the floor. And that's typically the measurements that we ask for.